been listening to The Art of Seduction. And what I've realized is that I do a lot of seductive shit. Like a lot of seductive shit.
Which is dope because I think seduction is lost in a lot of, not to point any fingers, but I think seduction is lost. Just like romance is kind of lost with men nowadays, I think seduction has been lost with women nowadays.
Yeah, it's interesting because even if you look at like provocative for what it is, I'll say a lot of women and men, because I don't want to like homogenize people, but a lot of people will look at what I do with provocative and say like, oh, it's trashy, it's too like blunt, etc. However,
What is
homogenize, that means like you group people
I,
together and
oh,
like
okay.
like all of them think the same.
I'm with you.
So you funny as shit. So people might look at provocative on a surface level and instantly be repelled by how kind of like free it is, right? On the flip side, one of the seduction tactics is to be really authentic and not care about what people think of you. And the freedom of being liberated in that sense and not caring what people think of you. There are a lot of people that want to conquer me. And
yeah.
Want me to like, oh no, I can change.
She thinks thinks she got a little bit too much confidence.
It's your freak hostess, Jody, and you're tuned into PrHOEvocative.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
I will marry a nigga off some dick because everything else we can work on. And I have sporadic periods of excessive masturbation. I really like how that just sounded. If I fuck you once and it's good, I'm gonna keep fucking you. Because I didn't start sucking dick until college.
Blew in that man's butthole. that shit is wicked. That shit is...
I'm going to let my guest introduce himself.
Alexander James of Her Nut Matters podcast coming very soon.
Cool. So, today's topic.
Because I think to be seductive is probably like extremely vulnerable. Like you just have to like you kind of like, cause, for example, let's just say even though it's your guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, women. These are just things I've heard. Female friends, you, whatever the case may be. Women are also in their own head about how they look, how sexy they come off. You know, they may have some type of internal body shaming of their own, whatever. Like to be seductive, you kind of got to throw all that away.
It does not matter how your body looks.
No, that's what I'm saying. But you gotta. That's what I'm saying. You gotta throw away those insecurities because to be part of being seductive is being confident. Not
that's exactly what it is.
Not do you like this or will you like this? Is
I know you gonna
like
this.
Or is how much do you like this? You know what I'm saying? Tell me how much you like it. Like ain't no woman being like, do you like this?
Yeah.
Like
no,
she like tell me how good it feel.
Yeah,
like I already know it feel good, nigga.
Yeah.
Like so it's like, but you got to be extremely fucking confident.
Exactly. And it's like the more because I'm like halfway through the book, and the more I kind of pick up on the different parts that resonate with me, I'm like, yo, I do shit that I wasn't realizing that I was doing, but now I'm like, oh, I'm really finna get in.
Well, what's one of those things?
One of those things. I make men feel like the star.
Ooh.
So,
like a praiser?
Yeah, like so for example, because I am a pleaser, like it might be something as simple as me texting a guy and saying like, you know, you deserve your dick sucked this morning. Like making you know that like, no, you're like this is you deserve to be treated
I got one thing with that. That sounds amazing. Right? That sounds amazing. Now, do you send this text and he's like far away? Because I would hate to get a text and it says you deserve to get your dick sucked this morning. fuck deserve. I want my dick sucked this morning. So
Yeah.
like, don't tell me
No,
you
but
deserve
the-
to get this dick sucked. And
I'd be
within
like-
the next 15 minutes, we can't make it happen.
Right, yeah. And I'm
on a business trip and you text me you deserve to get
yeah,
your dick
no,
sucked.
it's
I'm not trying to hit it.
No,
I'm
I
just- I'm
agree.
talking
I
shit.
agree. I agree. It's definitely on some like within reach type shit.
Yeah, like it ain't teasing. It's like actual like
yeah. So it's like
which
on the
teasing
one
ain't that
hand, it's tease. On the other hand, I'm dead ass serious.
Facts.
Like I really will suck your dick
either. And
during
a
your
nigga,
lunch break.
A motherfucker gotta make it happen. Fact, I was just gonna say a motherfucker gotta make it happen. Like, all right, look, I can't get to you right now. But
Yeah,
we can
but
figure something
also on the gratification that I get from it is the reaction that I'm going to get because I know how you're gonna be moaning, how you're gonna be moving, and like so now my ego is stroked. Like I'm huge. I tell people like, look, I love when I'm sucking dick and a motherfucker like, good girl, and I'm like, yes,
I was
I'm
just gonna
being
say,
a good
yeah,
girl.
yeah.
Like
I
I
was gonna say,
love that shit.
That's bratty.
yeah, super
Yeah.
bratty of me.
Yeah.
But for like, so that's one thing, right? So, all right, it might be a text message. On the other hand, it might, when you're actually in my presence, I'm catering to you. So it's like, okay, lay down, get naked. I'm finna rub you head to toe. You don't gotta do nothing. Like, just sit there. Like, really making sure that you are the center focus. And
But
I don't
the
care if I'm-
reaction is what is that return gratification.
exactly, because I mean, at the end of this, I'm gonna get dick. I'm gonna be, you know what I'm saying? But it's like even before that, like I am satisfied. Like
What
I
a
am
way to just
overly.
like assume.
When I'm done- when I-
you can't just expect it.
I didn't say I expected it, but that's what's.
You
going
said at
to-
the end of this,
yeah. Because it's going to happen because of how I'm making you feel. Because of how I'm making you feel, you're going to want.
So you got 100% success rate.
Yes.
And so no guy, like in the heat of like a moment, no guy has ever got that. No, you know, let's not rush it. Let's not do this right now. No. I'm ashamed of y'all, man. It should at least be one guy out there that just have some more respect for yourself. Just
Respect for yourself.
a back
I just
rub
made
and
you.
a back rub and a foot rub. Like y'all gotta make
look,
them work for
here's
it,
the
man.
thing.
I mean,
but
technically,
I
I
was
go
gonna
too.
say,
I go too. But
don't sit here and
two
make
things
it.
can be true.
But men are simple, and I feel like oftentimes.
See,
Listen
exactly.
to me. Listen to me. You see, you just reacting. You reacting.
Men are simple.
Men are simple, and you guys deserve those simple pleasures that make you feel
Oh, okay. You
wanted.
saved it. You saved
So
it.
no. So whether it be me saying like, all right, cool, I know you had a long week. I'm finna rub that stress up out of you.
Precious, you heard him.
I'm finna pour you your favorite drink. Yes.
In the little glasses,
Mm-hmm.
like the whiskey glasses.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I see why y'all folded. I see why y'all folded.
But that's just one way that I'm seductive. Like,
Yeah, that.
so that's what I'm saying. Like, literally, as I'm like listening to the different things, I'm like, yo, I'm a seductive ass motherfucker.
It's crazy you said that because a lot of people think seduction is like it. The goal could be to lead to sex, but all seduction isn't sexual. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people, men and women, get that mistake. Like, you would tell a woman, like, I would like for you to be more seductive. And she like, oh, like, before we have sex, what you want me to dance for you? Like, okay, first of all, bitch, yes, that's one way. However, that's not just what I mean. Like,
Right.
you know, you can absolutely do that as a form of seduction, but that's not what I mean. Just be sweet, be
Seduction
gentle.
could literally be, look, I want you to just sit between my legs and I'm gonna massage like your temples or something and just talk to me. I'm just gonna listen. I ain't gonna say shit. You talk to me about whatever it is you want me to talk about. Listening. Or even like for me, I know that I have this real bad because guys will say like, why are you looking at me like that? I stare into people's souls when I talk to them.
Mm.
And that is a very seductive thing to do. So I got to be real careful when I'm making eye contact with motherfuckers because I don't want you to think.
Facts, because
like,
you flirting with me. If you staring me, like if we
Yeah.
having a conversation and you staring me right in my eyes, it's like, she.
I've had people tell me like mid conversation, like, why are you looking at me like that?
Yeah,
And
because
it's
I
like,
hit the group chat. I hit the group chat like bag the shorty just by looking at her.
But also, when I'm interested in what somebody is saying, I really make eye contact. I'm not one of those people that's afraid of eye contact. A lot of people are afraid of eye contact. Not me. I stare. I
Gotcha.
look. That's why also one of my tricks, like when I'm sucking dick, is I look up. I look at you. Like, look at me back. You finna come.
Wow. Okay. Y'all some suckers. She got y'all down pat.
I just listen. I feel like that's the problem. Like, men talk about how, oh, they want people to listen to them. And I'm not saying like, oh, just share all of your dark secrets, etc. But the parts of y'all that y'all do share, women should be paying attention to because y'all not that complicated.
I agree. It's crazy because when we were saying how like seduction isn't just necessarily like sexual, isn't always meant to lead up to sex. One of the coldest like times I've witnessed seduction was we went out with another podcast. We went to the hookah spot, and she was with her guy.
I know what you're talking about.
She was doing the most simplest shit, but I know how I would feel. So I know that nigga felt super important. Like he felt super like paid attention to. All she had was one hand on his leg. Like she had her legs crossed. One of her hands was like on his like knee. And the other hand, she was just scratching the back of his neck.
Yeah. I do shit like that.
She just had, and she having full conversations with us, and she just scratching the back of his neck. And I was jealous as fuck. I'm like, gee.
I do that.
She really, she's very attentive. Like, this
Yeah.
nigga is pretty lucky.
Yeah.
Like, and it was super simple, but like something that's simple.
I agree.
As I know personally, I would feel like I would just feel important.
Yeah, but that's one of the keys to seduction anyways, is making someone feel important.
Yeah,
So many people are narcissists, right? Like, we're all narcissists to an extent. Like, let's first of all, how motherfuckers want to throw the word narcissist out and say, like, you're a narcissist. Actually, we all are. Everyone is narcissistic.
Everyone
and
has
let me tell
traits.
you why we're all narcissistic. We're narcissistic because the reason that we like certain people is because we see parts of ourselves in them. They are a reflection
That's a very
of us.
narcissistic thing.
It's very narcissistic.
Be into you.
I like you because you are
remind
like
me
me.
of me. Yeah.
That is narcissistic as fuck.
That's pretty sick.
However, I'm one of those people where it's like, okay, just because a word has negative connotations does not mean that I'm going to be like, oh, let me not be a narcissist. No, like, I accept it for what it is. The quicker we can accept that all of us have narcissistic tendencies, the easier it'll be to navigate. You know what I'm saying? Like, dealing with people, learning more about yourself, etc. I say all of that to say, when it comes to seducing someone, if you make them feel important, right? So that means that you're taking a back seat to, oh, I'm looking at you and I see parts of me in you, so I like you because you act like me. Like, no, fuck that. Yeah, I see parts of you in me and I'm going to listen, but I'm going to shut the fuck up and not always bring up the fact that, oh, we have so much in common. Whatever. Like, no, I'm going to just sit back and I'm not even going to talk about myself. I'm going to just listen to you. The quickest way to make somebody feel like the conversation is a good one is for you not to say much of anything. They doing all the talking. And they going to walk away like, damn, that was a dope ass. They fuck with me.
But to do it intentionally is what a seduction comes in.
That's exactly. So it's like just being super strategic. One thing about me, I'm strategic about everything I do.
Being intentional.
Yeah.
We was in a hookah spot. It's 50 people in there. There was not one moment, because she was constantly touching him, there was not one moment he didn't feel like
He was
I'm
important.
I'm not being noticed. Like the whole night, we having whole conversations, and the whole night he was being paid attention to.
Exactly. And
I'm like,
she didn't have
shit.
to she didn't have to talk his ear off. She didn't have to like
I'm like that. Yeah, that nigga winning right now.
Yeah. Plus 55% of communication is nonverbal anyway. So
Facts.
I tell people like I got to be careful with my communication style because it is a very touchy, feely, flirtatious way of communicating. Like I am someone who I touch. Like I'm like, look, I'm kind of handsy. There are certain cultures that are more handsy than others as well. So I know with me, I might make it's easy for me to make a guy feel important.
Okay.
Now that's why I have to be careful with it because everybody don't accept rejection well because I might you might in your head you like, oh, you led me on, you made me think this, you made me think that, and it's like actually that's kind of who I am.
It's just who you are.
So that's why I say I have to be careful. The fact that I'm listening to The Art of Seduction, I'm more mindful of it
of
now.
what you're doing.
Yeah.
So you basically saying like I'm listening to this book and I'm learning new things, but I'm more so figuring out the on and off switches of it.
Exactly. Yeah. Because it's like I know it's certain stuff that I do. Now I'm like, okay, moving forward, like I'm gonna do more of this and probably less of that.
So you just a habitual seducer. Yeah. You just be out here seducing.
I mean, it's a reason that the niggas
If
love it
you
here.
have if you have ever been victim to the seduction of Jody PrHOEvocative, you might be liable for compensation.
Oh man.
Picture that.
But-
like you stand a dude in his eyes, just looking at him. He having a conversation. Maybe he doing something manly. Like he changing your tire. And you staring him right. He's like, oh, I got me one. And then after you're like, oh my God, thanks for the here's a 5 as a tip. And then you pull off and he, what the fuck? Checking his breath. Like, damn, where I blew it. And you weren't even interested from the beginning.
This chestnut
You
checkers.
need to fix that shit.
I don't know what to say. This chestnut checkers.
Watch yourself.
But I think you said earlier, like, you know, when it comes to seduction, it's lacking in a lot of respects, or maybe women just don't understand like the levels to it.
I hate this because fellas, I be on our side. I promise I be on our side. However, why do you think the art of seduction is being lost? Because I personally feel like there are some women who are naturally seductive. You're naturally seductive, but I think more women would be seductive or at least put more effort into being seductive if they felt like they was liked more. So if guys romanticize them more, then they'll be more inclined to, you deserve to have your dick sucked this morning.
No,
Do you think
seduction
that
is
there's
about strategy.
So you don't
I
think there's
mm-mm.
think there's a direct
I think that's gonna
connection
separate.
to the lack of men being romantic?
You either are going to wait for something to happen and have it be a cause effect thing, and
Right,
then
that's
it's
what I
gonna
mean.
always be a cause effect thing. It's like you're
Oh, tit for
weaponizing
tat.
it. You see what I'm
Tit for
saying?
tat, yeah.
Or you could be a motherfucker like me, where it's like, all right, I want the results that I want. I'm gonna be strategic with how I do it, and I'm gonna get what I want.
Okay.
So you got the people where it's like, look, this is, like, all right, you being this way, I can get it up out you. And if I can't get it up out you, then I'm gonna just move around and go and still move how I'm gonna move.
And the only reason why I think that way is because, like I said, it's extremely vulnerable. So, like, could women be like, nah, I'm not gonna do all that because I don't know how you're gonna take it. Like, he not real.
You can, so
like he not real romantic. He not real like touchy feely. Like
that's where that confidence shit comes in, because if you genuinely, you say like, all right, this is the outcome that I want, this is what I'm going to do to get that desired outcome, then you are like all of that, well, what if this, what if that? Like, it don't matter. It don't matter. You know you that bitch. You know you finna do something that's gonna turn them on. That confidence that you bring to a nigga, they pick up on it. They eat that shit up. There's a reason that mediocre women.
Damn.
There's a reason that mediocre women throughout history have literally been fawned over. Like, literally will get somebody to do what they want at the drop of a dime.
Okay,
It's because they are seducing. They are trained in the art of seduction. Like, literally, they talk all the time about, like, oh, the Cleopatras of the world. And they wasn't drop dead gorgeous. A lot of the people throughout history that had people, like, just enamored with them, they were mediocre as hell. They wasn't, they had boxed bodies, all types of shit. Like, and that's what.
They was ladies. They was seductive.
That's what it was. Like, it was something, like, super provocative about them. It's something that was interesting about them. Like, that's like, damn, this motherfucker is charming. They a little funny looking, but damn, like, why you?
Seduction ain't got shit to do with looks.
Exactly.
I've seen all kinds of shapes, sizes, shades, socially attractive, socially unattractive, whatever the case may be. I've seen a lot of women that you'd be surprised, like you say, like, can
but
get
even
a man
men,
and
like,
keep a man.
it's been
can keep like men are crazy for them.
Exactly.
Like and so
but
it ain't got nothing
women,
to do with popularity.
Too.
Yeah, but it ain't got nothing to do with popularity or looks or anything like that. I've dated women who are, I'm saying socially because I'm just saying whatever most people would perceive. But I've dated women who are extremely socially attractive and trash. Like, sexiness, seduction wise, like, it was just like,
because it's an energy thing and it's a confidence thing. None of that has anything to do with how you look. It's about how you feel about yourself. And once you know kind of who it is you are, and then leaning into that energy about what makes you kind of like charming, or just sexy, or whatever that is, whatever specific thing that is. It might be the way you dress. It might be the way you talk. It might be the way you work a room. I'm good at working a room. So once you figure out what your spark is, you can use that strategically to get whatever your desired outcome is. So that's what comes with seducing. Like, it's not just in like a sexual context. It could be like, a platonic thing where it's like, damn, this motherfucker got all these friends because they just such a charming ass person. And that comes with having conversations with people, right? I'm not afraid to talk to men because I talk to men all the time. Y'all men. I feel like it's a lot of women that don't know how to talk to men because they like, oh, y'all know how to talk to y'all girls, but y'all don't know how to talk to men.
Yeah.
And if you talk to men more, you would know that you have to talk to them very different. I've learned how to talk to men very quickly to get.
I mean, you have to learn to deal with us. if had you not already known, you know now. Shit.
Yeah. You can catch a lot more with honey. So yeah. And that's not to say that you can't get spicy. That's not to say that you can't get spicy, because guys like it spicy sometimes. But
you got game.
You gotta know. You gotta have balance. I'm still in that shit. You funny as hell.
A lot more with honey. That's some old. I've never heard that. That is some old player shit. You could catch a lot more with honey. What? That's crazy work.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Gotta have that sweet sticky.
That's wow. That's crazy.
Oh man. But Valentine's Day coming up. So I hope that, I know, like, for me, like I said, I'm always learning. I be listening to audiobooks and shit. And I always bring it back to sex, of course. I could make anything about sex. But even with just like the way in which you, again, walk into the room, I can give off sex without ever having to do anything sexual. And I want more people to kind of tap into that energy. I think it's important energy. Because if you're able to tap into that, then that means that you've already conquered the self-identity questions, the questions around confidence, how you talk to people. all of those things will make for not just a better like sex life, but just a better life in general. Like, it's a reason that when people don't get sex and they got like an attitude or they grumpy or something like that, people say like they need some dick or he needs some pussy. Like,
Yeah. I ain't never said he needs some pussy. That's crazy for you to judge another man's like
you
for you to categorize another man's attitude is crazy.
You don't be looking at a motherfucker like, yeah, he ain't getting no ass.
No. So
if a motherfucker
as a
get
grown
no ass,
man, as a grown man, yeah, you can. You can. I like I've never like said it that way, like he ain't getting no ass.
But
I'll be like, he ain't got no bitches. like you like that nigga needs some action.
But that's
so,
what I'm
like,
saying.
Whether
whether you say it or not.
Yeah.
It's it's one of those things where it's like you know that if they just got they
niggas who like grumpy all the time.
If they got their shit off real good.
Like if you play entirely too much, or if you like extremely fucking like if you a grown man and you bitchy, like you grumpy, it's like he probably ain't got no bitches. He probably ain't getting no action. If he is, good for him. Like he's lucky.
But yeah. but then you start questioning the quality of the person he fucking, because it's like you're kind of.
I don't know. You could do that. I just think, damn, questioning the quality of another man's, like, nah, that's crazy.
I feel like you saying it's crazy work, and then later you gonna come back and you gonna be like, damn.
Now you know what I would do. You know what I would do.
What?
If I know a guy has a girlfriend, like if I know like bro got a girlfriend or he married, and he acting like he like a grumpy ass nigga.
You gonna be
at the most, I'd be like, yeah, you're right. I'd be like, yeah, he ain't getting no pussy.
Yeah, they must be into it.
Or that bitch driving him crazy. Like, so yeah, you're right. Yeah. I'd definitely be like, yeah. Cause why you always outside mad? Like, your girl must not be sucking your dick. Like you always got an attitude when you outside.
Yeah, and it's like so being able to channel that sex energy, even if you're not having sex.
Nah, hell no, fuck that.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is like, don't let not having sex or even mess, because like I said, I'm someone who I'm realizing.
Are you saying don't let it control you?
Yeah, don't let it control you, because again, it's a confidence thing. If I tell people how much I actually have sex versus like how much people think I have sex.
Facts, because I know you, and even I think you be fucking. But I know you not. But I just can't imagine you not fucking.
Exactly.
Like it's crazy. Like
it is crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy because if
that's
I told
actually right, because I want to assume that you out here having a great time.
Yeah.
But I speak to you every day, at least. Hear you speak in group chat. So
yeah, and it's like I'm also a super honest person. Yeah. Like if some like,
if you was getting cracked on the regular, we'll know.
Y'all would know.
Exactly.
Like, it's not like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, when it happens, it happens. But a regular, I mean, it's consistently inconsistent the way I like it.
Yeah.
But motherfuckers know I ain't got no in-house dick. That's not what's going on.
Exactly.
Like, it's definitely not the same. But the way in which I bring the energy that I bring never changes. So when I tell a motherfucker like, oh, I ain't had sex in a month, on the outside crazy. Looking in, people are like, lying. You're lying. But it's like,
hey, this motherfucker lying.
I promise you I wish I was lying.
But that's crazy, because do you think, and of course it's not your problem, like if you ain't gonna be insecure, they gonna be insecure.
Right.
Do you think that causes an issue, or it could be looked at as a red flag, because it may discourage men from trying to shoot their shot, whether you want them or not? It may discourage men from shooting a shot or even trying to, talk, because in their mind they like, oh, I know she fucking. Yeah, like I know she fucking. Like I ain't finna be number 3 on the list. Like, if she ain't got no boyfriend, she probably fucking at least 2 niggas. Like, I'm not finna try to get myself in rotation, but little do they know.
Right.
You know,
so,
they'll be in line. Shit.
But
like,
also, I think that a motherfucker like that, you worry about the wrong shit anyway.
Facts. Agreed.
And so a motherfucker like me, you couldn't fuck with because you would never believe shit I say anyway. You ain't even in a position to.
That's a good answer.
No, and you
like
already.
If that's scary, if that's stopping you, just let it keep stopping you.
Like, yeah, like I'm good, love. Like, cause you're not finna. Cause then you're gonna get the pussy. Now every time I take a nap, I gotta explain myself. I'm not.
Gee, that's what relationships is. Like you say sorry for dozing off.
I'm not doing that.
That shit. 0 out of 10 recommend.
The last time I had an argument.
Relationships legit have you relationships have you apologizing for not taking your phone in the bathroom with you. Picture that. Picture you got to go shoot a deuce and you just leave your phone on the charger.
Shoot a deuce.
Like a relationship will have you getting that, my bad. And then the crazy thing is, who don't take their phone in the bathroom with them? So you lying.
Bro, it was an emergency.
Like,
I wasn't finna, like, I'm like, oh, I gotta hurry up and dookie. First of all, I didn't know I was gonna be here that long.
So you ain't just see me.
I thought I was finna be quick.
You ain't just see me call you 5 times.
Is it an emergency?
I left my phone. No, it just didn't answer.
No, bro. See, and I don't like stuff like that. And I'm the type of motherfucker where I be like, all right, you get it. And then I'm gonna end up being single. Because I'm not arguing. I don't like arguing. Like, what are we doing?
One more random. Relationships. Relationships require FaceTime. When people are in a relationship, I've noticed this. When people are in a relationship, if you don't answer a FaceTime, but instead call, that is an issue. Like, you can't just don't want to be on FaceTime.
And that is why...
Unless you like at work or something.
Yeah, and that is why I have a problem with the possessiveness of relationships, because I should still be able to interact with you on a human level. Like, it's different rules when you get in.
See you?
Yeah, like I don't like shit like that, because if you say, well, why can't I see you? I'll be like, well, what the fuck you looking for? Like, what the fuck you looking for? Like,
I don't FaceTime. It's weird. It's like, cause like, yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, you funny as shit.
You just got to keep looking at it.
Yeah, like I don't even really, if we not really talking about nothing, I don't want to be on the phone anyway. So It's like, oh, now motherfuckers like, why you don't want to talk to me? Like, motherfucker, we talk every fucking day. Like, we don't.
I only like to be on the phone if there's a conversation and it's like 2-3 points that need to be hit.
Yeah.
Because I hate having long conversations via text because context get missed.
Yeah.
So if it's something that needs to be talked about, yet don't call me and be like, you're not going to believe I just saw a car crash. You could have texted. Matter of fact, you know what would have been better? You could have recorded
a video of it.
That would have been so much better. And be like, damn, look what the fuck happened. Now I'm texting like, damn.
Yeah, what happened, right?
What happened?
Yeah.
But you, oh my God, I just saw a car crash.
Agreed.
Well, are you okay? Yeah, what the fuck you telling me for? You like, yeah, so yeah. That was a random little tangent.
Oh man, this is a good episode. I didn't even know this was the direction I was gonna go in, and then we just started rolling.
Like 5 minutes ago, I realized that this wasn't necessarily the topic.
It wasn't the topic,
but
guys. This was not the topic.
It was not the topic, so we gonna save that for another day.
It's the topic now, and yeah, with Valentine's Day coming up, y'all need to be in y'all seductive bag anyways.
Oh, man.
So yeah.
One of the best ways I was seduced.
Mm-hmm.
This girl will always be like really interested in what I liked.
What I say earlier, y'all.
Like, it'd be something small. Like, I'd be like, man, like she like a football game just happened, like a cracking ass football game. And she'd be like, well, what happened?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, bitch, you really want to? Yeah. You really want to know? Yeah, like. Yeah. And I sit there and I get to tell. And he got a pick 6 and she, damn, for real? Show me.
Yeah.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah. I was about to say, so like when I like a nigga and I really when I'm really showing interest, like I tell, like if I know the nigga like be playing like the game and stuff like that, I'm like, teach me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like teach me. I'll come over and play.
Fella-
Like we don't have to watch TV. I want to play the game with you.
I got a trick for the fellas. Bring up something that happened like a week or 2 weeks ago. Follow up on it. Nigga, you won. If you follow up on some shit,
Yeah, what happened
you
with?
won.
Oh, you was listening?
Yeah. If you
Yeah.
just pick one thing to follow up on and get the name right. Get the name right of who like.
Or just describe it. Even
Yeah,
if you don't
like,
remember
what-
the name, like, oh, I don't remember who you was talking to, but didn't you say that you had a cousin that
No.
and-
Did your boss Susan ever fire that girl? Oh,
Yeah.
like nigga.
Yeah.
Tell you.
I agree. But that plays on people's, the narcissism of people. Like they like to talk about themselves. They like to see parts of themselves
Are
in
you
other
paying
people.
attention?
So if you're paying attention to them and making them feel like they are the center of attention,
Mhm.
oh, you won. You won. So the tip for today is, guys, listen. Like really listen to motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And I'm not please don't use this for evil. Don't use this for evil.
Cause it could get real out here. I just realized the tip I just gave is very manipulative.
It is. It's very
It is.
manipulative.
just
That's
thought
why I
about
said
it.
don't use it for evil. That's
Yeah.
that's exactly why I said that. Don't use it for evil, guys. Don't just like
Damn. Oops. I didn't even know.
use these tricks for good. Use them to better your sexual experiences with people. Don't use it to manipulate people or finesse people out of their private parts. So,
Yeah, just use it to, be
yeah.
intentionally more intimate.
Yeah. Also, if you guys are looking for some new sex toys, Poppy's Secret Treasure is a sponsor of PrHOEvocative, and you can get 20% off of your purchase by using the code PrHOEvocative. Y'all know how to spell it because y'all listening to the show. So go ahead, use the code PrHOEvocative, get 20% off some new sex toys. They got paddles, they got whips, they got gags and shit, edible massage oil. I might use that in Orlando this weekend. So yeah. Somebody is coming out to Orlando, and they specifically asked me to get them a massage.
So we finna witness one of your freaky massages?
If y'all want to, I'm in my exhibitionist bag.
Oh my God.
Um,
Precious, we not going in the living room.
funny as hell. It's gonna be Cookie.
Oh, I'm watching that one.
I bet you
Damn!
are.
Oh. We in the living room. Precious, we in the living room.
Y'all funny as fuck.
We in the living room.
So, anyway, we got a lot of events coming up with FC Network. We are approaching the 5-year anniversary of FC Network. On the actual anniversary of FC Network, which is January 30th, we have Cam's Last Dance. If you guys listen to the Terry Rosen podcast, y'all know that Cam is his co-host, and she is starting a new show called The Mommy Monologues.
Yep.
So we are ending an era when it comes to the Terry Rosen podcast. So we are celebrating the graduation of both of them as they both go into two separate podcast ventures. So super excited about that. This is the last episode of the Terry Rosen podcast with Killer Cam on it. So it's a live show. You'll also get a live show of her first episode, The Mommy Monologue. So definitely go ahead, grab y'all tickets. The link is below in the show notes. We also have Freaky Fluorescent coming up. So Freaky Fluorescent, I know y'all been seeing like the girls painting their ass cheeks and sitting it on canvases and stuff. Well, guess what? We doing a whole event just like that. So a different kind of sip and paint. It's the ass and paint. So go ahead, get y'all tickets to that. We also got R&B karaoke. It is a versus series, so every month you can expect a different versus. That is probably the event that I'm most excited about. That is happening on February 3rd, so you can get your tickets to that as well. And then, of course, monthly, me and Terry teach a pod class. Every month, we will teach y'all how to do different parts of podcasting, whether it be branding your show, writing your show, monetizing your show, anything you need to know when it comes to doing a podcast, or even if you want to do live streaming, a YouTube channel, any content creation. you can come learn about different things from both myself and Terry. Between the both of us, we have a lot of education to give. And guess what? The tickets are not that expensive, guys. So go ahead and get your tickets to that as well. So, yeah, that's all we got for today, y'all. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, share the show with your friends, your people, because guess what? Everybody needs to improve their sex life, and I'm pretty sure we can help. And yeah, that's all we got. We out.
Before you go, I want to remind you to embrace your inner hoe. Thank you for tuning in to PrHOEvocative, and don't forget to follow us on all streaming platforms. Happy hoeing. PrHOEvocative. Spell with the word hoe because deep down, we all got some hoe in us. And this is your safe space to be unapologetically provocative.
Oh, is my growl too masculine?
You put the nigga in missionary and the moment. What the fuck? That shit is wild.